What is going on, everyone? My name is Mewtwo Fan Nate, and this is Season 2, Week number 8 of the P4G. We are going against Galactic Elliot and the Chicago Cubchoos. Of course, I'm your coach of the New York Noibats, and I wasn't really too nervous when I was team building, but now that I'm actually going into the battle, I'm starting to get a little nervous. If you guys want to know what I'm bringing, why I'm bringing it, there will be a team builder in the playlist for all the P4G battles that will have that on there. So I'm going to decide the rules, and we're going to get this thing going. I do want to say have fun to Elliot because he's a really cool dude. Very welcoming to, you know, whenever I enter his streams and things like that. So really nice guy. I like Elliot a lot. I'm hoping sometime in the future we can have a squad meetup. So that'd be awesome, because we do both live in New York, so that'd be awesome. I'm actually wearing the Detroit Steel Wings shirt. Shout out to my boy Chase, because he did win last week, so I'm like, maybe if I can I don't know, bring out my my Chase this week and just beat Elliot like he did last week. I'm hoping that this shirt will bring some luck, if that makes any sense. The fact that we're actually battling a little bit later, and I was able to run my air condition before the battle has made me a little, like, I would say it makes me a lot happier, a little bit more content going into this game, because I'm not a sweaty dog right now. So he's doing the selecting thing. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna have my my calc ready. Even though it's like I want to take, you know, this game like not entirely so seriously, I still want to win. I want to have fun. I really want to have fun this game, which I'm hoping to do. I mean, my team is pretty legit, I'm not gonna lie. Could be better, could be better. I spent like not as much time as I usually do on my preps on this, but we'll see how this game goes. I'll just pause it to like when we get in. He's probably got an intro going on, so I'll see you when we get to team preview. Alright, you guys, we are good to go, and wow, this is actually something very different than what I was expecting. I did not expect the Grand Bolt at all, although we do know that we can 2 KO that thing with the Tapu Bulu, so I can 2 KO that thing with Woodhammer. No Cryogonal, which is kind of interesting. I did kind of expect a screens variant of that, but I mean, we still might see screens on like another mon. Like I believe Mew does get screens, Metagross gets screens, so we'll have to see what we have here. I think still overall my best lead is still Mesprit. His 2 Stealth Rockers just they don't appreciate a Shadow Ball. There's no Thundurus as well, so that's definitely something really cool. There's no Amoonguss too, which I definitely 100% expected. There's no Pangoro, no Cryogonal, no. Okay, so very interesting, very interesting. I'm going to lead off with the Mesprit here because it does have a pretty good lead. We are Expert Belt, and we can do we can just get off some really good hits here. Now, the Entei is a little bit troublesome for me. It is a little bit troublesome. Now, the one part that's going to be a little bit of an issue for me is where am I going to set up with on the with the Raikou, with the because I fully expected the Amoonguss to come. I even put safety goggles on my my Dragon, expecting him to bring that. So, meaning once the Metagross goes down, Tapu Bulu can kind of just do a lot of things. So there is the, do I have my volume up? And oh, I have my volume up on my 3DS too. Let me turn that down a little bit. So, this thing, I don't know what it wants to do to me. I really don't know what this thing wants to do to me. I can go for my Stealth Rocks. I can go for my Stealth Rocks here. I mean, realistically, I mean, he probably could just T-Wave me. He could probably just T-Wave me. I believe we were intimidated. we were intimidated, so he does have the Intimidate here. I'm going to just go for my rocks here. We might see T-Wave, we might see just a play rough. Well, this will let us know if he's banded or not. He has Super Fang. That's really interesting. I really thought he wouldn't be running Super Fang anymore because of how many he's missed. Just looking back on some of his games. But definitely really interesting to see. Really interesting to see. I like how I like that bring a lot. What I'm gonna do now is I don't really want anything to catch 50% off the bat. Of course, there is a mischance, but he might just go for a play rough. He might just go for a T-Wave. That doesn't... Super Fang's a really good bring on his part because it doesn't really tell me anything about his set. I think I might just click Shadow Ball here. I do... What are my other ways of getting rid of that Metagross? I have the... For other ways of getting rid of the Metagross, I do have a physically defensive Blastoise, and I do have a Hydreigon. So I have other ways of getting rid of that Metagross. So I think I'm in okay shape here just to go for a Shadow Ball, just whittle this thing down. The reason I'm not going for a Psyshock is I feel like he's more physically defensive with Intimidate, trying to take on my threats, such as like Tapu Bulu and things like that. Although it does get 2 KO'd by the Tapu Bulu, so I'm not 100%. I don't understand why he brought it, because it even with the Intimidate, Tapu Bulu is still just 2 shots it with Wood Hammer. So I mean, right now it's doing pretty decent things for him as far as like chip damage. That might be AV. That might be AV. I'm going to put in my Mesprit spread here against a... Alright, so we got Mesprit versus a Granbull. Let's just say you are defensive. Play Rough does knock me out from that range. No, he's just bulky. Shadow Ball is doing... Shadow Ball does do more. 26 to... No, he's not AV. He's just bulky in general. So I think I'm going to just go for the Shadow Ball again here. This thing, he doesn't have the Pangoro, so the Dazzling Gleam isn't really necessary for the rest of his team. Of course, he does have a Flygon and whatnot, but just chipping this thing down to about like the 50% is just lets the Bulu kind of come in and just click Wood Hammer. Of course, he does have the Metagross, but being that he only has the one thing to really to switch into it, I think I might actually just pull a double, predicting it, and then go out into my right into my what's the thingy, into the Hydreigon. So I'm gonna go out into the Bulu here, and then I think I'm gonna double switch and go out into Hydreigon. It's pretty risky, to be honest, but he's actually in the range of Wood Hammer. He's actually in the range of Wood Hammer, and even Hornleech, if I'm being real with you. So what I'll do now is expecting him to go out into the Metagross, I'm actually going to pull the double here and go out into Hydreigon. Metagross is a great switch. It doesn't take 50%. It takes like 30%, like max. So it takes like 36% max. That's not even like physically defensive. That's like max HP, max attack. So he might have more defense investment. So I think that's a really, really very, like, I just don't see him not switching into it. If he goes out into Entei, I think that Hydreigon is still a decent switch, meaning because we do resist the fire, and whatnot. So I think like there's no reason for him not to switch into Metagross. It walls Bulu like to heckin' back. Although if he does stay in and click Play Rough again, fearing me just to go for sub or something, then I might be a little upset. If he goes for like something like T-Wave here, I might be upset as well, but I just don't understand the risk. So we do switch out because we are faster. So he does switch out. Xavier, that does sound like a Metagross name. That is Metagross. Okay. I do understand that this guy does get things like Ice Punch and whatnot, But we are actually in a decent position here, just clicking something like, see, now, he's not going to want to take something. He's not going to take a hit from this thing. I could go for Flamethrower. Flamethrower is a pretty good play, if I don't say so myself. Because I think he goes right back out into the, I think he can go right back out into Granbull here. Well, I can Flamethrower and then I can U-turn. Dark Pulse just hits a lot harder, though. I'm gonna go for the... I think I'm gonna go for the Flamethrower here. Because, let's see, how much will it do? Hydreigon. How much does that do? So Flamethrower does about 38 to 45%, so that means it does get 2-hit KO'd. So I can actually go for the Dark Pulse here and then follow up with Flamethrower afterwards. So I'm actually gonna do that. I'm gonna Dark Pulse, and then I can Flamethrower right after. Even if he wants to go into Granbull, it'll take like 20-something%, and then I can follow up with a Flamethrower, which does do enough to knock it out. And frankly, his switch into this would probably be the Flygon afterwards. And if I'm being honest here, I think he goes out into Flygon. I think he goes out into Flygon after. So just thinking ahead, I think after that I switch out. Yeah, I need this. Is Raikou as good in this matchup as it was before? It is, because he still has Mega Blastoise. He does... Well, okay. Looking at the matchup now, the Hariyama isn't as good, so that would be the one thing that I want to sack off, due to the fact that he didn't bring the Thundurus. So, that's going to be the thing I sack. As far as what I want to go out into here... I think what I do is I sack off the Hariyama. I'm gonna go for the... I think I might just pretend that I'm like choiced in some fashion. I'm gonna click Dark Pulse again because I know it kills. I'm going to play the game where I pretend that I'm choiced. Because we do know Dark Pulse does kill from you. And he's going to let this thing go down. Now, if he goes out into Mew here, he might be like Scarf, Dazzling Gleam, or he just might be Dazzling Gleam and bulky with Colbur Berry. We're going to have to figure that out. Although I know it does not want to take a... Like, if he's... As long as he's not, like, Scarfed or anything, he does not want to take a Wood Hammer from Bulu. I know that much. Being that Granbull is down, he might, like, if he brings in Flygon right now, it tells me that he's probably choiced in, like, max speed. If he brings that in anyway, like, he's forced to go for U-turn, I think. I think he's forced to go for U-turn. Because, he can't really touch Bulu. Maybe he's specially offensive, but even a specially offensive one, like, it doesn't do enough to Bulu. It just doesn't. I remember, back in the NPC, prepping for, okay, so there's the Flygon, prepping for a matchup against the Tapu Bulu with, when I was playing Bub. And I had drafted a Flygon myself, and I just remember being like, wow, I cannot really touch this thing. I can switch, like, there's really nothing that it can do. So, although I can't really switch out into Bulu directly, I think I need to switch out into Hariyama here. And this will actually tell me if he is, like, it won't actually tell me if he's Scarfed. He actually pulls a double himself. Which, I can hit this thing with a knockoff. That was a great double on his part. And he is indeed faster than me because he switched out first. That was a great switch on his part. It was a fantastic switch, I'm not gonna lie. Although, let me see if I can take a hit. I know this thing does get things like agility and whatnot, so I don't want to be, Hariyama, catch these versus a Metagross, and I'm assuming he's like max HP, max attack, or something like that. We're just gonna do Uber all out attacker, because that's kind of close to like max HP, max attack. We'll just give it max HP. And max attack. Oh, hold on. The reason why it's doing so much there is because he's at. So Meteor Mash would do. It looks like there's a good chance that TKOs me. Knockoff does like 34 to 40%. Actually, hold on. That's if he doesn't have an item. So let's just say that he does have an item. Let's just say it's leftovers, even though it's not. Knockoff damage is 49 to 58%. And does Zen Headbutt kill me? Zen Headbutt has a chance to kill me. He has to get a max roll to kill me. So that being said, I'm just sacking this thing off. I'm gonna click knockoff. If he gets the flinch though, it will actually, if he's adamant, he might kill me. Alright. So that shows me he's not like fully invested, so we're gonna knock off an item do about the 50%. So oh wow, he is leftovers. Okay. So that was really good information to have there. We put him at 50%, like below 50%. And I know we're sacking things off here, and we're kind of like, but that's kind of the way that this game has to go. I could just, like, I think he might just go for the Bullet Punch. Do I want to sack this thing? Or do I want to, like, predict another Zen Headbutt and go out into the thing? We've been pulling a lot of doubles. I think I'm just going to go for a safe knockoff here. I don't think he got the attack boost on that one. He did not. So now I can kind of just go out into the Hydreigon again. So right now, what I'm doing correctly is I am preserving my my Tapu Bulu. Well, I'm not really. That's not what I wanted to say. I'm preserving my Blastoise for his Entei, which is what I think I should be doing. So I'm gonna go for the Dark Pulse here. His switch-ins to it are not too great. I'm gonna go for the Dark Pulse here. I should be faster than him. I did speed creep a thing, so he might just click Bullet Punch and then die. He can't really switch out into. I mean, he could if his Blastoise is. It depends on how his Blastoise is invested. I can honestly just, after this thing goes, I'm pretty much free to click Dragon Pulses too, which do more. I need to make sure I'm preserving that Blastoise, because my Blastoise with Mirror Coat kind of beats his Blastoise. His Flygon, honestly, is kind of scary. I need to get into a situation where I can kind of just click sub on something, like... I can click sub on the Mega Blastoise. I think, because if he does happen to be, like, especially defensive-ish, and then, like, goes for a, Mirror Coat or something, like, then what I would do is I sub, like, on his Mirror Coat, and then I can just start Calm Minding. That might be the play. Alright, so, his Metagross is going to go down, so his answers to Bulu are kind of dwindling. I just need to weaken his Entei, and then I think Bulu wins. So I'm going to just click in Entei and just see how it does against my Bulu. Let me just put you to level 50 real quick. 50 to the Blastoise. No, I was doing Tapu Bulu. That's what I wanted to calc. So just where's my Bulu Bow set? Bulu Bow. Wood Hammer does 50%, so it's like I just need to get Entei to about 50 to like 50%. It does 50 minimum, so it does 50 to 59. So it's not appreciating a Wood Hammer. As long as he's not scarfed, I think we're in a really solid position here where I can just bring in Bulu on literally anything and get 50% off. His Entei is not a switch in. I think the combination of between Bulu and Hydreigon win me this game. And right now, depending on what he has to go into Flygon here. I think it's kind of what he needs to do. Although the sub Calm Mind, like if he brings in, let's just say he brings in Blastoise right now, because I think that's also a very solid play. Leonardo, that is the Blastoise. I think what I could do is I can just go for the Dragon Pulse here and let him knock me out. Do I do that? He might just go for the Rapid Spin. Considering this was my answer to a Moongus, I mean it still does the one thing is if he has Dazzling Gleam on the Mew, then this thing is kind of useless. And it does kind of reveal that I'm not Choice Scarf if I switch up my moves now. So I don't have a slow U-turn to get into a Mon. So I think what I do is I'm just going to click Dark Pulse, still just making him think that I'm choiced. And he could probably just go for Ice Beam. This gives me a really good, this lets me get a really nice switch into my, my Raikou, where I can kind of just click Sub. I hope I don't flinch. Ah, no! I wanted to sack this thing. Ah, that's really unfortunate. I mean, it's unfortunate for him, too, because he wasn't able to kill me off and get a kill with his Blastoise. But I really wanted to sack this thing. Like, I know it sounds ridiculous, guys, but I really, really wanted to sack this thing. Because now that kind of just goes my opportunity to sweep with Raikou. And I really wanted to sweep with Raikou. Depending on his Mew set, this could change, this probably change the entirety of the game. I'm just going to go for the Dark Pulse again. I'm a little upset. I'm actually a little bit upset. His Flygon is faster than me. If he has a Dragon move, he's probably Scarfed. I can probably just go out into the, Man, that flinch just really, it kind of scared both of us in a way. I'm going to just, I want to message him right now, but I'm just going to not do it. I'll message him after the game saying sorry for the crit. That was definitely a more offensive Blastoise than anything. And that crit really sucked, and I do feel bad for it. This sounds kind of like a jerk thing to say, but I feel more sorry for myself because I really, really wanted Raikou to do something. I really wanted Raikou to do something nice. Because honestly, I'm very scared of that Flygon now. Like, I just don't know how I can deal with it. So there's Scar. No Mew. Okay, so we're gonna see what he has here. I'm gonna just go for the Dragon Pulse because it does more than Dark Pulse. Mega Blastoise is down. Was the correct play to go into Blastoise here? Maybe. I don't know. I could just if he kills me with this thing somehow, I don't know what he would do. If he kills me with this somehow, I guess I go out into Blastoise. Or if he Flygon also it can't really do much to Blastoise. If he's like a Dragon Dance set, then I just Dragon Tail him. Scald does a good amount to him. He has Extreme Speed. Is he banded Extreme Speed? That doesn't look like banded. Hydreigon's gonna get another kill. I'm gonna go for the Dragon Pulse again. I feel really upset about that flinch. I feel really upset. That's not even English. That's how upset I am, guys. I feel upset. I feel very upset. It's like, is that English? It might be. I don't know. I don't know, guys. But right now the game is kind of just winding down. If he has the Dragon Pulse again, So we kind of revealed that we're not choiced, which is okay, I guess. Entei is going to go down, so that's another kill for the Hydreigon. We're not even choiced, we're just bulky. And I'm kind of upset. Well, honestly, I just go right now. I can go out into Scarfed Bulu and just get kills. So, like, let me see how much a defensive Mew takes. Like, I don't remember off the top of my head. So, Tapu Bulu to Mew. Let's just say he's, let's see, utility Mew, defensive. Water Hammer does 70 to 83, so I can kind of just go into Bulu here. I think Horn Leech might be a good play too. Hold on, let me see. How much does Bulu take from? Well, if he's like, hold on, Flygon, Choice Scarfed. If he has like Fire Blast. It does 44 to 52. That's if he's not okay. I gotta be careful here because the Bulu set that I have is not very bulky. So let's just say he's like the special version, which he might be. So let's just say he's like modest. Fire Blast might 2KO me. So with that being said, I'm going to just stay in and click Dark Pulse. He has Dragon Dance. All right. Being that he has Dragon Dance, I think he can't touch my my Blastoise. So I'm gonna just let him kill me here. Because the fact that he's physical means that I can kind of just go. I'm gonna go for the Dragon Pulse here. Like, he can't touch Blastoise. I'm fully physically defensive at full health. There's no rocks up, and I just click, I can click Scald, and this will be a good game. Pretty much. So, I mean, it's not going to be... Unfortunately, for me, it's not going to be... Like, I could have preserved this, potentially, and, like, gone out into, like... But that doesn't, like, secure me the win, because if he just, like... Because he might have had to, like, make, like, well, I'm gonna go out to Bulu here. Do I go out to Bulu? I'm gonna go out into... No, I'm gonna go out into this thing first, Blastoise, and just fire off his Scald, because I think that kills from this range. Blastoise so if he's just like, hold on, if he's adamant at +1, he can't kill me. It does 2KO me, but Scald, he's, maybe I should just Dragon Tail. Well, Scald might kill. I'm gonna go for the Scald here. I mean, I know Bulu can take any hit now. I know Bulu can live any one hit. It's just the fact that I don't want him to be like Scarf Mew. If I was fearing Mew, maybe I should have gone out into Bulu just because I. Okay, so it goes out to that thing. Okay. See, all right. So that now that he goes out into this thing, I kind of want a Dragon Tail now. Don't burn. All right, I'm gonna go for the Dragon Tail here because I don't know what he wants to do. And if he tries to set up, what does he trick me? He tricked me a Terrain Extender. Okay, I'm not too upset about that. Terrain Extender, that's very interesting. That's kind of cool. I don't know what that was for, but that was definitely interesting. Since I know he's Dragon Dance, I'm gonna go out into Bulu now because I'm Scarfed, and I will just click Horn Leech a couple times because he's taking some rocks damage. He's taking a little bit of chip damage. Horn Leech definitely knocks him out. It gets the 2-shot on him. So I can pretty much just go for the horn. He might have... Oh, okay, so that's not going to do much to me. He could have hidden power poison, but I don't think he's... I think I live that. I'm going to go for the Horn Leech here. I'm a little upset that maybe I could have done more with this game. And the fact that Chase 4-0'd him, and I'm only going to 3-0 him potentially. I don't know. He might have Will-O-Wisp on Mew, and that could totally just change the entire game. But the fact that he is... Alright, well, I'm going to go for the Horn Leech here, but the fact... I think this knocks him out. I'm adamant. Yeah, that kills. So that's a good game, Elliot. I had a lot of fun. I just wish... Because Chase 4-0'd him, so that means I needed a 4-0 him to tie with him in the little brackets for the league as far as the differential goes and records go. So I wasn't able to do that, so I'm going to slip behind by 1 in our differential. So I'm going to save the battle. I want to say thank you guys all for watching and for the support. We did hit 800 subscribers, so that has been fantastic. You guys are awesome. Make sure you guys go check out Elliot. I feel like majority of you already know who he is. Really great guy. So I just want to say thank you for having this battle with me, dude. You are an awesome person, and I wish you luck in the rest of your games coming up. Now, we do battle, I believe it is Bill Standish, my good buddy Bill, next week in the Adelaide Honchcrows, if I'm saying that correctly. So that should be something you guys can look forward to. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys next time. Peace.